Last lesson, we showed you how to do the math to determine if the numbers work. Now we're going to teach you how to graph inequalities. So let's fill in what you know. Slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. Standard form. ax plus by equals c. And you've learned how to mess with that. Horizontal line is ay equals, and a vertical line is an x equals. Okay? Now you're going to graph the following steps. So let's show you what to do. A dashed line, a solid line, a shade below, and shade above. Okay. So graphing lines in all form. When you have a dashed line, you're looking for an inequality that is either this or this. Solid line is going to be this with a bar underneath. So your dashed line is less than or greater than. Solid line, less than or greater than. And, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. Now shade below or to the left. Oh, here's where it gets fun. All right. So if y is less than or y is less than 3, I'm just going to say that. Or x is less than 3. I'm throwing in a number just so you have something to look at. So if any of these are less than, you shade below. If it's a horizontal line, it's below. And let me write that down. Below. Left. And both. I say both because frequently when you graph these lines, they're diagonals. Okay? So now let's look at solid lines. How would the equations be written? Well, very similarly. Y is less than or equal to mx plus b. Y is less than or equal to 3. X less than or equal to 3. You still shade to the left, below, and kind of both. You'll see what I mean when we draw a diagonal line. So now, what do equations look like if we shade above or to the right? Well, we can use our logic. Y is greater than mx plus b. Y is greater than 3. X is greater than 3. 3 representing any number. You shade to the right. Because remember, the x equals is a vertical line. You shade above. And again, both because it's going to be a diagonal. Last one, similar equations, except you have the bar underneath. Y is greater than or equal to mx plus b. Y is greater than or equal to 3. X greater than or equal to 3, 3 being any number. This is to the right. This is above. And sort of kind of both. All right, let's do some graphing. So we're going to do this last page, this last day of notes, we put everything together. This is the day that takes everything you have learned in Unit 5 and puts it together. We're going to give you some equations already in the right form. We're going to give you some other lines, and then you're going to have to do the math to turn a standard form equation into it. So let's start here. I'll do it in green. All right, y is less than or equal to negative x minus 4. So 1, what's your y-intercept? Negative 4. 2, slope is negative 1. Okay, so we've already started. We already know. 3, is this going to be a dotted line or a dashed line? It's going to be, is it going to be a solid line or a dashed line? It's going to be a solid line. And 4, are you shading above or below? Well, y is less than, so we'll say below because y is less than. I've answered all my questions. Now I'm going to plot it. My y-intercept is -4. My slope is -1, so up 1 over 1, 1 over 1. I'm going to do a few points so I can get a good line. Now I'm going to connect. And it is a solid line. And now y is less than, so I'm going to shade below. Now I'm going to give you a hint. Some of you will like it. Some of you just can ignore it if you need to. If you're not sure if you're going to shade above or below, I like to use a test point. And my test point, I'm going to put it up here. My test point is always 0, 0, because 0, 0 is easy. And so let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm not sure. Did I shade it right? Well, let's look at 0, 0. I'm going to plug it in. 0 is less than or equal to -0 minus 4. Do the math. 0 is less than or equal to -4. Is 0 less than -4? Not true. So that means 0, 0 is not one of the solutions, so I shaded correctly. It is not in that same area. Does that make sense to you? Think about it. It's my test point. If I'm not sure about my shading, I will do a test point to see if it fits. And 0, 0 is not a solution, so I did shade correctly. All right, let's do another one. Answering these same questions. Well, this is a vertical line, so that we know already. Oh, and you know what, guys? We haven't corrected these notes yet. This is not a vertical line. This is a horizontal line. This is not you. We haven't corrected these notes. It's a horizontal line, and this, I love that this is a vertical line, okay? So that's totally my bad. All right, it is a horizontal line. So I don't really have to do too many questions. I don't have to worry about a slope. My y-intercept is -1. It is a horizontal line. So it is just going to go across like this. That's it. Oh, but I have the shade. Is y greater than -1 or less than? Y is greater than. I'm going to shade above. Now let's look at my vertical line. X is greater than 3. My dot goes to 3. It's a vertical line. But it's not a solid, is it? It's not greater than or equal to. It's just greater than. So I need to do, let's make it a dotted line. It's fun to do it this way. Okay, now it's a dotted line. Yay! X is greater than 3, so I'm shading to the right. That's thinking. All right, last page.